What if I told you that somewhere right now, there's someone whispering your name in their prayers, someone you've never met, yet your soul already knows them. Every heartbeat, every silent tear, every smile you give, they feel it. And the moment you begin to act as if they're already praying for you too, the universe starts aligning both of you closer, heartbeat by heartbeat. Love is not a chase. It's not something you run after. It's something you awaken within yourself. The idea that the one meant for you is already praying for you changes everything. It transforms waiting into preparing, and loneliness into purpose. The moment you accept that your future partner's soul already feels your existence, you stop doubting and start aligning. You begin to walk differently, think differently, love differently. You begin to embody the energy of a person who is already loved, deeply, intentionally, divinely. Every thought you send out is a message across the unseen world. When you think with love, you're sending signals beyond time and distance. The one you'll marry may not have met you yet, but their spirit senses your rise. When you start believing they are praying for your strength, your growth, your peace, you no longer feel alone in your journey. You start feeling supported by an invisible force. You begin to sense their love as a vibration, not as a memory or a fantasy, but as a reality that is unfolding in divine timing. Acting as if is not about pretending. It's about embodying faith so fully that your actions reflect certainty. You wake up and speak words of gratitude as if love has already arrived. You take care of yourself as if someone's prayers are covering you every morning. You make decisions with the quiet awareness that you are being guided, protected, and prepared for something sacred. This isn't delusion, it's devotion. The moment you act as if, you shift from longing to belonging. Imagine walking through your day with that inner knowing. You smile not because you're waiting for someone to love you, but because you know someone already does, even if they haven't appeared yet. You stop asking when and start saying thank you. You stop feeling incomplete and start realizing that love is already in circulation around you. Every good thought, every kind act, every step of growth, it all strengthens the spiritual bridge between your heart and theirs. When you hold on to faith that someone out there is praying for you, your energy changes. You begin to attract situations that reflect love, compassion, and harmony. You start saying no to what doesn't align with your peace, because you know the person meant for you will recognize your calm, not your chaos. You stop begging for attention and instead prepare your soul to receive divine partnership. You start living with the posture of someone who is already seen, valued, and chosen. That's the power of acting as if. There's something sacred about the thought that while you sleep, someone is asking God to keep you safe. While you doubt yourself, they're praying for your confidence. While you heal from heartbreak, they're praying for your heart's restoration. The more you live from that belief, the stronger the spiritual connection grows. You may not know their face, but your soul knows their frequency. You can feel their warmth in moments of peace, their reassurance in moments of weakness, and their love in moments of silence. Faith is not waiting for a sign, it's becoming one. When you act as if your partner is already praying for you, you become a magnet for that energy. You start aligning your life with what love looks like in maturity, not fantasy. You treat yourself kindly because you know someone will love the version of you that loves yourself. You release bitterness because you know resentment blocks divine timing. You forgive, you heal, you grow, because you know someone's prayer is asking for your happiness. Think about this. What if your delay is divine coordination? What if the reason you haven't met them yet is because their prayers are still unfolding? Perhaps they're asking for the strength to recognize you when they see you. Perhaps you're both being shaped, refined, and purified for a love that doesn't break, doesn't rush, and doesn't confuse. Acting as if isn't about forcing an outcome, it's about surrendering with faith that everything is aligning in your favor. Love doesn't happen by coincidence. Souls meet because they vibrate on the same frequency of belief. When you start acting as if they're already praying for you, you match their faith. Your prayers intertwine, creating a spiritual current that will eventually pull both of you into the same moment. It may take time, but divine love doesn't miss its destination. Every delay carries direction. Every closed door hides divine redirection. Every moment of silence holds sacred communication. And while you wait, understand this. Waiting is not passive. Waiting is spiritual training. You're learning to trust timing, to build patience, to nurture faith. You're preparing to meet the one who's been calling your name through prayer. The more you act as if they exist, the more your actions become messages sent straight to them. You might not hear their words, but you'll feel their love in your peace, their hope in your courage, and their presence in your stillness. When you finally meet, it won't feel like a beginning. It'll feel like remembering. You'll look into their eyes and realize you've known them all along. Through every prayer, every dream, every quiet night of faith, you'll feel an instant recognition, as if your soul finally caught up with your destiny. And in that moment, you'll understand why you had to wait, why you had to believe, and why you had to act as if long before it appeared. Acting as if is not wishful thinking. It's a spiritual declaration that love is already yours. You're not asking for something new, you're aligning with something eternal. The moment you believe your future spouse is praying for you too, you stop operating from desperation and start living from divine partnership. You carry yourself like someone's prayer has already been answered. You move with grace, speak with gratitude, and live with expectancy. The universe responds to belief, not begging. It moves with conviction, not confusion. When you act as if your love is already being prayed for, you give permission for destiny to unfold naturally. You no longer chase, you attract. You no longer fear, you trust. You no longer question, you rest. And in that resting place, love finds you. So smile today with knowing, walk with peace, speak with faith. Somewhere out there, your name is being whispered in someone's prayers. And the more you act as if those prayers are real, the closer love moves toward you. Because in truth, it already is. Love doesn't find you when you're desperate. It finds you when you're ready. And readiness begins the moment you start living as if the one you'll marry is already praying for you too. Love doesn't begin when you meet them. It begins when you start believing they already feel your presence. The energy between two destined souls moves before their eyes ever meet. Somewhere, in the unseen, your heartbeats are already speaking a language beyond words. When you shift your focus from absence to connection, you awaken that invisible bridge between your soul and theirs. Every moment of calm, every burst of laughter, every quiet prayer, it all sends a signal that travels through the spiritual current that binds you. Love is not built on coincidence, but on divine orchestration. The moment you begin to believe they already sense your light, your energy begins to glow with a new kind of faith. It becomes magnetic, radiant, irresistible. You stop searching and start resonating. The universe responds not to longing but to certainty. And that certainty is what brings two hearts into harmony even before their paths cross. Acting as if is not pretending. It's aligning your energy with the unseen truth that love is already on its way. It's not about wearing a mask or forcing a smile. It's about walking in quiet confidence, knowing the promise is already fulfilled in spirit. When you act as if you're no longer waiting for proof, you become the proof. You live in the frequency of what you desire, and that frequency sends a clear message to the universe. It says, I am ready. You make decisions as someone who's already loved deeply and fully. You speak with kindness, dress with grace, and move with intention. Acting as if transforms every moment into an affirmation. It teaches your soul to stop begging for signs and start embodying them. It's not performance, it's preparation. Because when your energy matches your faith, your reality can't help but catch up. Every thought of gratitude becomes a prayer that connects your soul to theirs across unseen distances. Gratitude carries a frequency that transcends time, space, and form. When you thank the universe for a love that hasn't yet appeared, you're watering the seed of destiny. You're whispering faith into the soil of the unseen. Each moment of gratitude sends ripples of energy toward your partner's heart, reminding them somehow that they are not alone. This silent communication is how souls find each other, guided by mutual longing and unseen faith. The more you give thanks for what's already unfolding, the stronger that connection grows. Gratitude transforms waiting into receiving. It invites peace instead of impatience, love instead of fear. And soon your heart begins to sense their prayers too, echoing softly, calling your name through the wind of divine timing. You are not waiting for love. You are preparing to meet the reflection of your faith and patience. The waiting is not punishment, it's refinement. Every season of solitude is shaping you into the kind of soul who can hold sacred love with maturity and grace. You're not being delayed, you're being developed. The lessons, heartbreaks, and silences are all molding you into a vessel of strength. When you view waiting as spiritual preparation, you stop counting the days and start building your character. You realize that divine love doesn't meet you at your convenience. It meets you at your readiness. Every test you pass silently, every tear you surrender, every doubt you overcome, it's all proof that you're growing into the person your future spouse has been praying for. Love doesn't find the impatient, it finds the prepared. The more you heal and grow, the stronger the signal becomes that calls your destined partner toward you. Healing is not just about letting go of the past. It's about creating space for the future. Every time you release old pain, you raise your vibration closer to love. The wounds that once made you bitter now become your wisdom. The scars you carry become light markers that guide your soulmate toward you. Growth is the spiritual magnet that attracts divine connection. When you focus on becoming whole, you emit the frequency of completeness, and that's what love responds to. You begin to attract someone who mirrors your peace, not your pain. Your healing becomes the language of your calling, and the universe echoes it back through synchronicities, intuition, and divine timing. When you live as if they're already praying for you, you stop chasing and start magnetizing divine love. You walk with quiet power, knowing love is not something to pursue, it's something to receive. The more you act as if they already exist, the more life starts aligning with that vibration. You notice signs, coincidences, small miracles that reassure you love is moving in your direction. You stop begging for love and start preparing a space for it. You move with assurance, as someone who already knows they are loved beyond the physical. This confidence changes everything. It changes how you speak, how you dress, how you treat yourself. Living as if opens the floodgates of divine attraction. Love doesn't arrive because you chase it, it arrives because your faith made room for it long before it appeared.